This video will show you how to start a game, how to keep track of playing time from the app, and how to make period changes and play overtime if necessary.
Game time can be controlled in two ways: by reducing the time minute by minute using the button that performs this function, or by keeping track of the exact game time using the clock on the screen.
The first step to start a game is to follow the start protocol by clicking on the 3-minute button to start the game, and then the jump ball button. If you try to make an entry before clicking on the 3-minute button and the jump ball button, the app will warn you that it is not possible to make entries until you have clicked on these buttons. When there are approximately 3 minutes left before the start of the game, click on this button. This action is mandatory, but it is not necessary to do it when there are exactly 3 minutes left.
Clicking on tip-off triggers a series of internal processes that are necessary for the game to take place. Once this button is clicked, an entry is created in the left column and the 3-minute button is replaced by the tip-off button.
Inside the midfield circle, there is a button that allows you to change the direction of play. When you click on this button, you will see how the color of the areas indicating where each team will attack changes.
When both jumpers are ready to take the initial jump, click on the initial jump button and a menu will appear on the screen where you can select the player who will take the jump for each team. If you make a mistake, you can change the jumper until you exit this screen. In this jump, you will indicate which player and which team wins the jump. We will indicate this in the app, and when we exit this menu, we will need to start the game time and indicate which team will have the next possession using the alternating arrow.
At that point, we can start the game and make any necessary notes. Clicking on the game time starts the clock. Clicking again stops the clock. Similarly, clicking on the buttons on the right side of the screen automatically stops the game time. When the clock is running, the numbers appear in yellow. When it is stopped, they appear in white.
Next to the game time, there is a button that allows you to decrease the time by 1 minute at a time. The first time you press it, the seconds are reset to 0, and from then on, the time is decreased by 1 minute each time you press it. Double-clicking on the game time will bring up a menu that allows you to modify the remaining time. This menu will also appear each time a timeout or substitution is recorded.
Each time an entry is made, it is recorded in the columns on the left, indicating the play number, the period, and the minute in which it occurred. To edit an entry, press and hold the box where it is recorded, and a menu will open where you can edit the time when the play occurred. If you need to edit the time when free throws were taken, you will have to modify each shot individually, as if you only do it for one of them. The time will not be displayed correctly in the PDF of the game record.
Unlike other programs, this app allows you to make notes when the game time for a period has ended. When we finish a period, we will have to end it in order to start the next period. We will do this by clicking on the period buttons next to the game time. The app will ask us to confirm this action. When we confirm the period change, 2 entries will be created indicating the end of the previous period and the start of the next one, and the period number will change automatically. If we perform this action by mistake, we can return to the initial period by deleting the 2 entries for the end and start of the period.
When we close the second period, the app will inform us that the direction of the field will change. As you can see, this action only affects the playing field, as the benches remain in place, with the home team's bench on the left and the visiting team's bench on the right.
If we try to close a period in which no entries have been made, the program will generate a warning message to inform us before closing it. When we finish the last period of the game, the app will ask us to confirm whether we want to end the game or if overtime is necessary. In this example, we see a game that ends in a 10-point tie in the last period. Overtime would have to be played. We will indicate that we want to end the period, but that we do not want to end the game. Immediately, the period will change and the time set for overtime will automatically appear. 5 minutes in FIBA games and 3 minutes in grassroots basketball games.
It could also be the case that the match is part of a two-leg tie. Similarly, it could be the case that a two-leg tie match ends in a draw and extra time is not necessary. The APP is completely open in this regard, allowing you to choose whether or not to play extra time in any situation. When we decide to end the match, we will confirm the end of period and end of match messages. At that point, the closing screen will appear, where all members of the refereeing team will sign to close the match report. Before signing, the app will ask us whether or not the coaches were present. If we indicate that any of the coaches were not present, the app will automatically generate a report.
Once the main referee signs the report, it can no longer be modified. Until that moment, we can still return to the report and make changes. If the match is closed by mistake and extra time has to be played, we will need to return to the data entry screen. Key: the app will not allow us to use the button that deletes the last entry. In order to reopen the match, we will need to select the final match entry and delete it from the Edit menu. Once this action has been deleted, the app will allow us to delete the rest of the actions and create new ones.
When we access the closing screen, once all members of the refereeing team have signed, the main referee will do so by clicking on the red button that indicates Close Match. At that moment, the box will open for him to sign, and once he does so, the match can no longer be modified, and the report and other files will be automatically sent to the Federation server. Once the match is closed, make sure that the data is sent correctly. Click on the airplane icon on the match settings screen to confirm that the data has been sent. Finally, before exiting the app, check the match website to ensure that the result has been updated and that the match report and other data have also been uploaded to the website, if they are visible. If the result has not been uploaded to the website, you will need to force the data to be sent again. Find a location with a good data connection to do this.